we're hearing all the rumors kind of one-off here and social media and everything, but hey, they're on site. What are you hearing is going to take place tonight here in those first 10 picks?
Apparently, the only thing that is 100% sure is Trevor Lawrence's first overall, and it's going to rain. Those are the two things that are one. It's one of those. It's one of those Midwestern slate gray days where you can't see very far in front of the window in front of you. But fans are still pouring in, and we're still going to put the Jaguars on the clock. And they built this huge draft hall right up against Lake Erie. So I'm already trying to figure out, what sort of line I could use that the picks that don't work out are the mistake by the lake. Right here in Ohio. And we're going to go in that draft hall, and all the draft tables are set up, and the commission's going to put the Jaguars on the clock at 8:00. And I guess now we need to look out for somebody who wants to hop into the top 10 because they think that Trey Lance or Justin Fields is going to fall. And the question is, how far do you go to guarantee you get one of them? I guess Atlanta would be the furthest you can go to guarantee you get one of them. And then maybe Miami at 6, would the Bengals at 5 be willing to trade out and go so far down as to maybe where the Saints go? How expensive would that really be? I mean, we're talking top 5. Miami, I think, is interested in trading out. I think Miami is interested in trading out if Chase and Pitts are not there at 6, which could happen if the Falcons go ahead and take Pitts and the Bengals decide to give the weapon to Burrow that he had in college as opposed to protecting him with Penei Sewell. And if that's their choice at 6, I think the Dolphins trade out, and that's where somebody could trade in and potentially have a choice between Lance and Fields at 6. So if you're the Saints, you want to move into the top 10. How far do you have to go to make sure you don't move in for, wind up with a receiver? You know what I'm saying? Or how far do you go? And we're all assuming that they're coming for a quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if they're coming for Pitts. That wouldn't surprise me either. Because if you remember, the Saints traded up into the first round of the draft in Philly, and we all thought it was for a quarterback. We thought it was for Deshaun Watson. We thought that's who they're coming to take, and instead they went and they took, I think, that kid Marcus Davenport, their defensive lineman. So we're all thinking, well, they're not happy with Jameis and they're not happy with Taysom Hill, so they're trying to get one of these quarterbacks. What if it's for Pitts? What if they fall in love with him just like everybody else? And a weapon like Pitts is put in the hands of Sean Payton with Can't Guard Mike and Alvin Kamara and Jameis Winston. I mean, you can kind of go to work that way. So it's a lot of intrigue and a lot of fun going on right here, right now.
Yeah, Diana Rossini just sent out a message about how they have heard from everybody, the Atlanta Falcons have, and as of now, they have not heard anything that they want to move off that spot, and Kyle Pitts is their guy at 4. I think the whole first round really hinges on what they do in terms of how far both Fields and Trey Lance, if those are the two left, fall the rest of the way.
Well, I think, our fearless leader who's in your ear and in my ear every day, Don Bowie of our show, is a diehard Saints fan, would be the first to attest that a very warm place would have to freeze over for the Falcons to trade with the Saints.
Right.
and it would also have to be like, an entire Ditka-like draft, I think. But you never know. There are strange bedfellows, as we know. When we spoke to John Harbaugh on Tuesday, we asked him, hey, any thoughts about, not taking the best offer available for Orlando Brown because it came from the Chiefs, a team that you will have to go through, presumably, to win the conference and get to the Super Bowl? And they said, no, they're just taking the best offer available. So that could be possible. I don't know. The Falcons, if you're Atlanta and you have so many holes to fill, why would you trade out of the top 10? You'd have to, for a ton of picks in the future, maybe. But trading out and not getting the quarterback to start the clock on Matt Ryan, and or not getting him the weapon that can make him a Super Bowl champion in the time he has remaining, just to put more picks in the bank in 2022 and 2023. I don't know how that makes a lot of sense. So, you know what I've said on the show. The guys around you know what you said on the show. You know, it's been for sure Pitts in my mind for Atlanta, and just rip the knob off and just take them and not think about it anymore. But again, tonight's just going to be dynamite, and the first domino is San Francisco, obviously.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.